really strange. I grew up in Moscow, and this sort of thing doesn't really happen that often in this area.
I think of North Idaho as a pretty off-the-map type of place, pretty safe place, very family-friendly, and to have 4 murders and then the guys just running around on the loose is a little unnerving.
Everyone's on edge, quiet and stuff. You don't see everyone as talkative, like chatty, as like social as they used to be and stuff, want to go out.
I got a text from my mom. She said, "Hey, you're in Steptoe Apartments. Look outside your door." And I looked right outside, and I saw the crime tape, and I saw the unmarked police vehicles, people going in to do the crime scene search, and I was just flabbergasted that he lived right there.
All right, we've got some big news in the Idaho student's murder case. And we've got the defendant himself, a brand new mugshot, because he's been transferred now out to Ada County in Boise. They shipped him, I guess, down south from Latah County. There he is. Take a look at his first mugshot and this mugshot. It's like a before and after picture, or an after and a before picture. Looks a little more healthy. Like, how is that? How do you get a better haircut while you're behind bars? Like, how does that happen? And by the way, it looks like he's eating better. He went into jail a vegan, but apparently in Latah County, they didn't have a vegan menu for him. They may have that in Ada County, I don't know. But there he is. Take a look so you can see where he's been moved from. He was in Latah County, which is north of Ada County, and that's like 299 miles. That's 5 hours, 6 hours if you're gonna drive it. I don't know if there's another way to get there, but it's not next door. And he has public defender. So what happens? Like, is he gonna be able to see his lawyers? How does this impact the preparation of the case? And do prosecutors have to travel every time there's a motion, this, that? How is this gonna impact the case, the moving of the defendant and the moving of the trial? Let's bring back in our think tank, Al Wunsch, Darnell Crossland, Jennifer Brandt. Darnell, I'll begin with you. So he's not going to be able to see his lawyers as easily. I mean, it's a full trip. Like, the lawyers are going to have to go there the day before, see him that day, and then maybe travel back the next day. It's not like they can jump in whenever they want. Do you see that impacting the preparation of this case?
If that's indeed the fact, it's definitely going to impact the preparation of the case, because it's 5 hours and 46 minutes, so just roughly a 6-hour drive. However, we discussed this last week. I don't see it the same way you do, Vinny. If they transferred the case, that means new judges.
New judge.
Yeah, new judge for one. And two, the public defender's office from that jurisdiction, or wherever it is, and that he's been transferred to.
I don't think he wants new lawyers.
Well, he asked for a transfer, so...
Yeah, we're starting from scratch. We're going to have this trial in 3 years. Have you seen the discovery? It's like, whew.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to have to happen, or the city's going to have to put the lawyers up in a hotel up there for those purposes. But if it starts over, it just has to start over. But typically, you don't have the public defender's office from, say, Bronx County now going to Queens County if the case is transferred to Queens in New York. They'll use the public defenders out in Queens County. But, you know, strange things have happened.
Jennifer, you think this case is going to happen next year? It was supposed to happen next summer.
I think that there's going to be more and more delays just for this reason. Now we've transferred, we have a new judge, we may have a new cast of characters in terms of lawyers, as Darnell is pointing out. I think the defense is going to delay and delay. I don't think anything is moving too quickly in this case.
Al, what'd you think of the before and after picture? He actually looks a lot better after serving time behind bars with the non-vegan diet. I don't know if that's it or what's going on.
Well, you know what first thing came to my mind was the Rolling Stone picture of the Boston bomber, which had the scruffy look, and he was a little better fed and everything along those lines, and came up with that look on the front page of on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine, and very similar to the look that he's got right now with that scruffy face and everything along those lines. So maybe that's the whole thing. He wants the publicity. He wants to get that model look that you got when you're on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. But in New Jersey, if a case gets moved, they do move the public defender to that area, especially because of a case of this magnitude where some guy's already been involved with it. And I think that there would actually be a real problem from the standpoint of the defendant saying, you know, look, how am I going to start from scratch with a brand new attorney at this stage of the game? This guy's been involved with me from the get-go, and I want to keep the same attorney. They will have to make arrangements. I know that, you know, in New Jersey with regards to same, they make you have access via Zoom and things like that for purposes of getting things together. And if they're going to have to send those attorneys up there, they're going to have to pay for them to go up there. And it's all going to be on the public,
public time. I know. Yeah. Let me ask you, Darnell, though, do you think the defense now will renew all the motions? So every motion that they made that they lost, they'll redo because they have a new judge?
I don't really think so. This is not a case like in the Young Thug trial that's going on in Georgia where the judge had to recuse himself, refused to recuse himself. The Georgia Strike Force came in and all these lawyers came in and they got the judge finally removed. In that particular case, there was some law that says you have to start from the time where the judge that was wrongly put there heard motions that now have to be heard again. This judge wasn't wrongly put there. They just moved the venue. So I think this judge's motions or decisions should stand. So I don't think you have that same situation.
Yeah, the happiest man in Idaho right now is Judge. Doesn't have the case anymore. He can relax and just deal with, you know, the mundane. Big thank you to Al Wunsch, Darnell Crossland, and Jennifer Brandt. Always a pleasure to see you. All right, folks, when we come back, I will reveal